Good morning, my beautiful friends, and Merry Christmas, Adam. It's a fun thing that my family always says because Adam came before Eve, right? I know that Christmas is in 2 days. I know that Christmas Eve is tomorrow. So I mega commend you for being on live, for watching the recording of this, whether you're watching it before Christmas, after Christmas, whatever. I'm glad you're watching it. I'm glad you're taking the time to better yourself, to better your mindset, to better your nutrition, to better your goals, to better your life, to better your future, to better yourself. Yes, you're amazing. And I commend you for being amazing. Yes? Okay. So today I want to keep it super short, super sweet, because I know that you're busy and holidays are a fabulous, fun time. And I want to help you make the most of them and to make the most of your future and your goals. So today I want to talk about goal setting because Christmas Eve is tomorrow, Christmas Day is on Wednesday, and the New Year is going to sneak up on us like so fast. It's next week. Yes. Next Thursday is January 1st. Is that true? Next Wednesday is January 1st. Next week, we start a new year, which is like blind mowing. You know what I mean? Mind blowing. Not only a new year, but a new decade. Yes. 2020. It's going to be a big one. I can feel it and it's going to be great. So I want to talk to you today about some of the tools and resources that I have personally used already, to think about my goals for 2020 so that I can be already taking the steps that I need and want to crush my 2020 and make it a thing. So I will start by saying one of my nutritional weaknesses is after dinner. Well, more specifically, after I get my kids to bed. After I get my kids to bed, I've started to recognize that I have an emotional trigger of like stress relieving and just like, okay, my kids are finally asleep. It's been a long day. Sometimes it's been a long, good day. Sometimes it's been a long, not so good day. And I deserve a release. I deserve a treat. And then it turns into, okay, so yeah, I had an apple and peanut butter, which is still on plan, but a neighbor just dropped off some delicious food and I want to enjoy it. Yes. And then all of a sudden, okay, I've already had an apple and peanut butter and I've enjoyed the delicious treat that my neighbor brought over. And I'm just going to have like a handful of popcorn. Okay, now I've had all of those things and I might as well just have like a candy because I've already like messed up. Tomorrow will be better. So I'll just have one candy, right? But then it turns into this like, okay, I'm having like small servings of stuff, but I'm having all these small servings of stuff I don't need. Like I'm not hungry and I'm just eating to eat. And I am 32 weeks pregnant. I'll be 33 weeks pregnant on Thursday. And I don't have the goal to lose weight right now. I'm pregnant, yes. But I know that that's a problem that I have right now, even while pregnant. And I know that as soon as this cute baby comes out of me, I want to crush getting back to my body as fast as I can in the most enjoyable way possible. And I know that that's a habit that I can work on now so that when baby comes, I've already got that locked in so that I can crush my transformation. Yeah. And it's not a like, oh, but you have two, you're feeding yourself and another. It's okay. Just enjoy it. No, it's not. No. I'm feeding myself and a 4-pound baby inside of me. Yes. Like maybe I need 300 extra calories. And I'm having that throughout my day. I promise I factored it into my container count that I'm doing. And I don't need the extra treat from the neighbor and the extra handful of popcorn and the extra candy. Yes. And that is a habit that I can kick now. And so I am working on it. I am conscious of it, which is the first step to realizing that I mean, the first step to realizing that there's a problem is realizing that there's a problem and fixing it. You have to realize that there is one, and then taking the steps every day to try to progress toward it. Did I say be perfect in it? No. Progress toward what you're looking forward to. Yes. And then doing simple reward systems for, okay, I did it. And for me, I'm like a total like check person. I love to check things off. So I've been doing the fitness calendar that is a part of our Powerful Beyond Measure group. And there's a spot on there that says dinner and done. And so I love to check that box, like, yes, I did it. Another thing that I really, that really helps me when I do it is to come down right after the kids go to sleep and load my dishwasher and start it, because I'm one of those people who I love to wake up to an empty sink, and I will literally choose not to eat something after my kids go to sleep if it means I have to put a dirty dish in the sink and go to sleep with dirty dishes in my sink, because I've already started it and I'm not going to add a dirty dish to it. Yes. So as simple as that sounds, it really works for me. I was not planning on sharing that, but for whatever reason, I felt like I needed to. And so truly identifying now what you want to work on, whether it's February like me after this cute baby comes out, or in January, the next Wednesday when it comes January 1. Today is not a holiday. Tomorrow is, Wednesday is, and I give you permission to enjoy yourself tomorrow and Wednesday to the fullest without any guilt at all. But just because tomorrow is a holiday and just because Wednesday is a holiday does not mean you have to screw yourself up today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Yes. And you can make those little healthy choices to make you progress in your goals. So next thing I want to talk about is how to make affirmations. So I've already started working on mine. And I actually sent my coaches this journal, some of them, my leaders, I should say. And this was actually made by a Beachbody coach. So if you're watching this and you're not a coach, it might not be like super applicable to you, but I'm still going to tell you about how she introduces affirmations, because it's like solid. And I know so many people who are like, I really want to do affirmations, but I don't even know where to start. And it can be like an overwhelming thing. So I'm going to just tell you what she teaches about how to do affirmations, and then you can go from there. And it can give you a starting point if you're someone who hasn't ever been very good at affirmations. So she has you, there's an exercise in this book that says contrast clarity exercise. And she has you list the 10 things that you don't like in your life right now. And she says, it seems that it's always easier to think of what we don't like or what we don't like feeling than it is the good stuff. These are known as your contrast statements. So then you just go through and you list out 10 things that you don't like. I don't like that I don't do dinner and done. I don't like that I turn to food for emotional pleasure after my kids go to sleep. I don't like that I'm X amount of pounds overweight. I don't like that my financial situation is fill in the blank. I don't like that my relationship with this person is like this. I don't like that my husband and I never make time for a date. I don't like that my kids watch so much TV. I don't, whatever, like just filling in 10 things that you don't like about your life right now. And like, nothing is off limits. It doesn't have to just be about your health. It's just your life. What do you not like about your life right now? And then she says, now the easy part, write out the opposite of those 10 contrast statements. For example, and she makes it like a business one. If you're struggling in your business, this example says, I'm struggling to find clients. And then the opposite is, I find lots of clients with ease and joy. But she says, a quick note on affirmations. I hate to break it to you, but they don't always work. They don't work because everything goes back to energy. And if you speak an affirmation that creates conflict inside of you, you're creating negative energy, and nothing flows into your life when you're feeling negative. Let me give you an example. If you are 100 pounds overweight and you wake up every day and say, I'm thin, it feels like a lie. Instead, use some verbiage like, I love knowing that, ... It feels good to know that, ... More and more, I feel ... I'm in the process of ... I love how it feels when ... It excites me to ... I love seeing ... and I have no doubt ... Okay. So with my personal example of overcoming emotional eating and stuff, I said, I don't like when I emotional eat after kids are in bed. And I changed that affirmation to, I'm in the process of healing from emotional eating as I watch nutrition videos daily and practice dinner and done. Right? So I used her verbiage of, I'm in the process of, and I specifically laid out, like, I'm in the process of healing from emotional eating as I watch nutrition videos daily and practice dinner and done. I specifically addressed like my game plan for what I'm going to do to overcome emotional eating. And that's something that I actually learned from one of my coach mentors, Josh Coates, that he talks about, like, when writing an affirmation, you should always have an action tied to it. Because you're doing something, you're going to see another result. And you can use those words like, because I unplug from my phone every day for 15 minutes, me and my kids play together and we have a blast. Like, right? But you're like specifically laying out what you're going to do to make the desired result happen, so that it's not just like a fluffy, airy, I'm thin, right? But because I do this, I get to achieve this. And so for me, I'm in the process of healing from emotional eating as I watch nutrition videos daily and practice dinner and done. Yes. And not all of my affirmations have that, like, because I factor. So I talked about, one of my I don't like is I don't like living with debt. And so I changed it to my affirmation says, I love how it feels when I use cash and debit cards and contribute money toward our debt. So I'm not saying the word because I, right? But in there is a, because I'm using cash and my debit card and contributing money toward our debt, I'm overcoming debt. Yes. And so that has really, really helped me to find the things that I needed to find when it comes to affirmations. Because I know, at least for me personally, I've been doing affirmations for 2.5 years now. And I got to the point where I had so gosh darn many that it would take me like 15 minutes to read them all. And it was like, some of them were speaking to me, but a lot weren't. But I didn't want to like delete any because I liked them all, but did I really like them all? And then it just got to the point where I'm like not really doing them consistently because it takes me 15 minutes to do them. And so I just really felt the need to like, okay, I need to figure out what I'm actually struggling with and make affirmations specific to that. So I was really grateful because I honestly forgot about this exercise in this Rise Up journal, because she only has you do it once a year. And I forgot about this exercise. And it was really good for me. So you don't have to have this journal to do this exercise, and you can do it as many times as you want. Just on a blank piece of paper, write out the 10 things that you don't like about your life, and then turn them into opposites using those verbiage. And again, if you need that verbiage, go back and listen to the earlier part of this recording. I tried to say it slow so that you could really understand what I was saying. So that's a little tip on creating your affirmations. So I hope that is helpful to you. And I would really encourage you to do that soon, so that come January 1st, like when the ball drops, the year has already started. So I would really use this next week and a half to prep yourself for next year and really lay out for yourself what your goals are. and what your plan is and how you're going to make that plan a reality, so that you already have things in mind when the ball has dropped, right? So, and there's a quote, I'm pretty sure it's by a previous prophet of the church that I belong to, but he says, when the time for action has come, the time to prepare has passed. And I don't think I said it exactly word for word, but I love that. And it's so true. Like when it's time to act, when it's time to make a decision, the preparation time is already gone. So do not wait until January 1st to write your goals, to set your goals, to figure out your action plan. Like now is the time, right? Today, enjoy tomorrow and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yes, you have all those days to figure out what you want. The last thing I want to talk to you about that has really, really helped me and blessed my life is this journal. And I know I've talked about it before, but maybe I've never showed the cover, or maybe you're new and haven't seen it before, but this journal is called your Daily Deposit Journal, and it's from MacyMcNeely.com. So it's MacyMcNeely.com. And I actually found out about this journal from my sister, my coach, Ashley McClellan. And this journal has like 100% blessed and changed my life, because it helps me be focused on the little things that matter a ton. And it's all in one place on a 2-page spread. So a blank page looks like this. So this side is just a blank page that just says notes, which I love, because I can just do like a brain dump of like all my to-do lists that are stressing me out for the day, and I just get them down on paper so I can see them, and then they don't have to be in my head stressing me out anymore. So if I like think of something that I need to do, that I need to accomplish, I just like, I brain dump right here, like all the things that are causing me stress and anxiety. And I will tell you, like, since I started really using this journal, my stress and anxiety, like from on a day-to-day basis, has totally gone down, because like I just start my day with a brain dump and write down absolutely everything that I need to do that day. So then on this side, it has 3 spots for gratitude. And I specifically write down, I am grateful for, and then I think of something. And there's 3 spots. And some days it comes really fast. And other days I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I grateful for today? Like, because it was just like a hard night or whatever. Yesterday was a little rough, but I love finding the things to be grateful for and starting my day out that way. And I like to specifically write out, I am grateful for, and then fill in the blank, rather than just saying like my bed, my house, my kids, right? Like I am grateful for my bed. I am grateful for my house. I am grateful for my kids, right? Or whatever. Then there's this spot right here that says personal development. And you just write down what you learned that day. And it reminds me to do personal development every single day, whether that's sitting down and reading 10 pages of a good book, or turning on Audible and listening to 15 minutes of a good book, or an hour of a good book, or whatever I have time for, but writing down something that I learned that day, so that I'm constantly trying to become a better me and learn something new, right? Then this part, I'll talk about this in just a sec. This part is affirmations, and it just says who I am. So you just do 3 I am statements that are short. And at the beginning of the book, she gives you examples if you're like drawing a blank of what you are, which I love these because it's different than the affirmations I talked to you about earlier. Those affirmations are specifically addressing your things in your life you don't like, or your limiting beliefs, or whatever it is that you're struggling with. These affirmations are I am statements, and they're just short, sweet, to the point. Yes. So I personally pick one that I'm struggling with the most, and I write it over and over and over and over and over and over again until I feel like I'm doing good with it, or I found something else that I need more. And I just remind myself of what I am. And So right now I'm writing, I am happy. I take action. I am seeking Christ. And those are the 3 that I've written for like probably a month now. I am happy. I take action. I am seeking Christ. And I just write it every single day. I am happy. I take action. I am seeking Christ. Because those are 3 things that I'm really working towards. I'm working on being happier towards my kids, towards myself, towards my spouse, towards everyone around me, and projecting happiness and joy. I'm working on being someone who takes action and doesn't procrastinate and doesn't like put things off or delay or whatever. Like I'm working on just taking action. And I'm also working on seeking Christ and trying to make more time in my day to read my scriptures, to listen to what we call general conference, to do a lesson every day with my family called Come Follow Me, or a personal study of Come Follow Me. Like there's so many ways that I can seek Christ that it's really easy to do and it's really easy not to do, right? So just reminding myself every day that I seek Christ. Yes. So, and that's it. Like it's a really simple process. So in the mornings, what I do personally, I start my day with the gratitude thing, and then I immediately go to the affirmations, and then these spots are blank. That's not true. I do this the night before. I figure out my game day the night before so that the next day I wake up and I already know what my priorities are for the day. And so most of the time that means I also do like a brain dump the night before so that I can pick the top 5 things that go right here. So let me talk to you about the game day list. It just says like what I will accomplish. And it's essentially what I just said. After you do your brain dump, after you like get it all out there, you figure out what is the most essential. And if you haven't listened to the book Essentialism yet, oh my gosh, I'm listening to it for the 2nd time in a row. It is changing my life. It's amazing. But figuring out the 5 things that matter most, that are time sensitive, that you've been putting off, that you know if you would do it, it would bring a huge burden off your shoulders, whatever. And those 5 things are things that you're not already going to naturally accomplish today. So like for me, I go grocery shopping every single Monday because if I don't have food for the week. So I can't go to the grocery store on my game day list today because I always go to the grocery store on Mondays. So this is meant to push you, to help you do more than you typically do, to help you crush your life, crush your goals, whatever. Yes. But it doesn't have to be like 5 huge, gymongous things either. So, I'll tell you mine today. So I have a mock class that I'm teaching today at 9 o'clock that I want to crush. So I wrote that down. I need to make bean bags for a Christmas present for a family that my husband is making a cornhole for. I need to do some work with my Beachbody stuff, and it's just a small, simple task. I need to, so there's a second one that's specific to my Beachbody business, about building relationships and making sure I'm getting back to people. And then I want to start all the laundry today. I didn't say fold it all. I didn't say put it all away, but I want to start it all and have it all be clean, even if it's in a pile in my guest bedroom. Because hello, it's Christmas Adam. Yes. And at least I'll have clean clothes in a pile that I can use, even if I don't get around to folding and putting them away. Yes. So those are my 5 that I picked to accomplish today. So it's extra in addition to all the little things that I do every single day with my family, with my business, with whatever, but they're specific to my goals and helping me grow and progress. Yes. And then at the end of the day, you get to circle the W if you won your day, which means you accomplished all 5 things. Or you circle the L if you did not. You lost your day. And if you're competitive at all, like me, you hate giving yourself an L. And there's a lot of days that I lose. I'll be real. Like, especially in the last little bit, like I lose my day more often than I win it. but I always accomplish at least 2 to 3 to 4 things off of my list. And I am that much more productive than I would have been otherwise. So yesterday I actually won my day, and it was the first time in a long time that I won my day. And my things were simple. Like I wanted to water my plants because I suck at remembering to water my plants sometimes. I wanted to go to the temple with my family. I wanted to complete a certification that I'm working on. I wanted to fold and put away last week's laundry so that I wasn't stressed about that today. And I wanted to check into a coaching accountability group that I have. And I did all 5 of those things. And they're not normally things that I would have done yesterday if it hadn't been on my list. So I love, love, love this book. I love starting my day with gratitude. I love reminding myself of simple affirmations. I love being challenged to learn something every day and write it down. I love the focus on the game day list and focusing on helping me move my goals forward. And I love just this whole page that I have for notes that I can have in the same place so that I can write down whatever I need to for that day. So that's the Daily Deposit Journal. And again, that comes from MacyMcNeely.com, MacyMcneely.com. And my husband has one too. I actually need to get a new one very soon because I have like 15 pages left and it takes a minute to have it shipped and all that mess. So those are the things that I use each and every day to help me. And they're part of my Miracle Morning. And if you don't know what that is, I would challenge you to read that book by Hal Elrod. And or go to my Instagram. I have a highlight all about my Miracle Morning that shares exactly what I do for all of the lifesavers. So I won't like tell you all about that because that's like a whole nother class or a whole nother call. But the Rise Up Journal is what I do for affirmations. And there's another spot in the Rise Up Journal that I have my vision specifically because she challenges you to write out your vision for your life in 2 to 3 years. So I use the Rise Up for my affirmations and my visualization. And then I use the Daily Deposit Journal for my scribe, which is the last S in your lifesavers for Miracle Morning. And I also, my other S's, I write my goals down every single day in a separate journal. And then I also have a note in my phone. I'm keeping a gratitude journal specifically for a sister of mine that I was having a hard time with our relationship. And I just really felt like I needed to find things every day to be grateful for her for. And I plan to do it for a year and give it to her on her birthday, which is January 30th. So I'm almost done. I have like a month left and then I'm going to print it out and give it to her for her birthday. But that's what I do for my final S. And then the SAVERS acronym just stands for silence, which is like prayer, meditation, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. So I just basically in this call shared what I do for 3 of those things. You guys know what I do for exercise. And yeah, so hopefully that helps you to think about how you can be more driven towards your goals and figuring out what you want in 2020 and more proactive about actually achieving it every single day and actually moving the needle forward on your dreams, on your goals, and ending 2020 with proof of how you moved your life forward through your daily deposit journal every day, right? And in the Rise Up Journal, there's a spot in the back called your book of proof, where you specifically write down the proof of ways in which you moved your life forward. Essentially, it's a gratitude journal on your goals and on yourself for what you did to move them forward. So again, I love Rise Up Journal. Again, it was specifically written by a coach for coaches, but I feel like anyone really could use it. There might be parts that you're like, I don't really feel like that's applicable to me. Like there's one spot where you take notes on calls. So if you're not a coach, you're not getting on corporate training calls and team calls. But every other part of the book would be applicable to you. The plan, dream, plan, hustle, win is what the front says. So the dream part, the plan part, the win part would all be applicable to you. So anyways, I love this book, and it actually doesn't come spiral bound like this. It's just like a fatty chubbo book from Amazon. It's like $30. But I just took it to Staples and got it spiral bound because it's so chubbo that I want it to like stay open. And it was like $8 to get it spiral bound. I can't remember if I said that or not. So, and then Daily Deposit Journal is already spiral bound. So love that. Okay, I don't see any questions, comments, concerns in the chat, but I love you. I believe in you. I want and wish for you to have the best 2020 ever and finish out 2019 in the best way possible. Yes, like I said, I so badly want you to enjoy Christmas Eve and Christmas Day guilt-free. Yes. So the way that I plan to do that is to make the most of today and do my best with my nutrition today, and then enjoy myself tomorrow and Christmas guilt-free, and then get right back on track on the 26th with my own personal goals of just making sure I get my macronutrients in, making sure I stop eating after dinner or after my kids go to bed specifically. And I believe in you. Yeah, I believe that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. And I am here for you. And if I'm not your coach is here for you. Or I'm here for you if I'm not your coach and and your coach isn't there for you, whatever. There's somebody here for you. Yes. And you're the best. I'm going to stop the recording now. So if you're watching the recording, I love you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Whatever. I'll see you next week. But if you're on live, stay on and we'll chat for a little bit.